Alrighty, hey guys, it's Ronan. I just need to spend a little bit of time, wait for my pain pill to kick in so I can actually hit the sack. So I thought this was a good time to actually go through games we just did here. Overall, I was really happy with what we did. This game in particular was game one on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and and I liked what we did for the most part here. There's a couple mistakes for sure that I think we made that we can work through. But I'm just going to go through this uh, pretty quick outside of a few. First off, this initial engagement, we capitalized on what we needed to. Usually, look, we hung back, burned the wave. They gave us an opportunity. We took it, and fantastic focus fire. Getting the kill, Stormer getting out, that was beautiful. Loved it. And then there's a whole lot of us basically just pushing, top and mid, and we were doing a really, really good job of focusing that. We really controlled the beginning of this. Right there was the first point where we kind of started missing it a little bit, because we got to stay until the entire wave is dead. So if we don't actually have a mage, then it's you guys have to stay a little bit longer on that. But overall, still really clean. We didn't lose very many gems for that. So overall, very good. All the way up through here. And just a whole lot of the same here. This part's kind of boring on this map. It's a good little engagement. Fought back and forth. Nothing good or bad there to say, really. It's just everybody was good. We backed out when we needed to. Here, we're spread out a little bit more than I would like. I know we were trying to get turned in, but in fact, I'll slow this down a little bit. So I think that was probably the first point where there is some room for improvement there. Even if we're trying to turn, we still got to try to stick together and still make sure we're taking the soak. And I think that would have helped us out in that particular situation overall. Still, nothing bad happened. Nobody died or anything like that. So here, I'm just zoning, making sure they don't turn in. You guys are zoning top, making sure that they don't turn in top. So this is really good. I'm just bullying here. You guys are bullying up here. Let's speed this back up a little bit. I know we spent a long time trying to get that one gem. But let's see, I think it was here. There was one point where I think we traded a kill. But no, we're still just kind of doing stuff, get the turn-ins. Or trying to get the turn-in, rather. Okay, so there we lose Nem. But Cake got the turn-in bot, so that was a good call there. And that was just a situation where we have to be more communicative with each other. Like, I can be more vocal about we're not trying to engage here, we're trying to make space. Because making space and hard engaging are different. And that's something that we don't do a good job of actually articulating which it is that we're trying to do. So here, this was a pretty good fight. Actually, it seemed kind of scary there, but nobody dying. Like that was an amazing engagement that we didn't die, and then we're able to turn it around and get a kill there. It's a fantastic job. And I know Stormer, I'm not really focusing much on you, but that's because you're doing your offlane stuff. And then the rotate mid. This one, just try to be a little bit quicker when I call those. I don't know if I can turn my mic up any louder, if that's the issue or not. I tried turning it up louder for this video. I just don't know if I can turn it up any louder in the actual settings for Discord. But it was really, really close. We almost got a lot of kills. And if we had rotated just a little bit quicker, I think we could have gotten a little bit more off of that. But still, overall, we did a fantastic job with that engagement there. And then we got the next turn in, which is really good on this map. So just moving forward here a little bit. Okay, so they did a fantastic job of defending here, which was very annoying to say the least. It felt like we didn't get a lot of value out of it, and I'm not sure why that happened. To be honest, I'm not really sure. But then we ended up switching bot, got some good value bot, so ultimately it worked out fine. It's just I don't really know what it was that made them so good at defending that mid there. Maybe it's just the fact that we didn't have a mage, so we didn't have safe DPS to throw on it. That's probably it. But either way, we still got bot, so that was still good, still worth it. That was another one of those engagements that we just did really good. We were very disciplined. Like that's how we win games, is by doing stuff that we've been doing so far in this game. Good rotation of the camp. You know, me and Stormer just defending the turn in so they can't get him. Like, this is all fantastic play here. The solo mosh sucks, but we did get the return kill, which is fantastic. You know, I love you, Stormer, but I'll trade you for their tank any day of the week. Especially when they blow a solo mosh to do it. Then we're just back to doing stuff. I'm keeping him from turning in. You guys are pushing with the camp. So this is a spot where I think is probably a little bit of a mistake for me, because I'm still trying to make sure he doesn't turn in. You guys are engaging, and then I go back to make sure he's still not turning in, and I should not have done this. I should have stayed in. So that was absolutely a mistake on my part that probably cost Cake his life. So that's something I need to work on a little bit better. And if Cake hadn't died there, then you two probably wouldn't have either. But this is another situation where we need to be more vocal about, hey, we're backing out, hey, regroup. Because I know what happens. Nema, you see Stormer go in, and then you go in to support him. But then you die because you're squishy, and Stormer doesn't have a whole lot of peel when he's playing somebody like Ural. And, you know, if I'm not in there with you guys too, it's really easy for you to get picked out. So a lot of the deaths you had tonight were not necessarily strictly your fault either. You know, everybody needs to be more vocal about, hey, we're not engaging here, hey, regroup, hey, don't hard push, stuff like that. So we give them their first setup here, which is fine. It's bound to happen sooner or later. We do a really good defense here, if I recall. Yep, top is burned wonderfully. Mid, same thing. Beautiful. Super beautiful. And then, yeah, that was such a fucking good engagement. And then the boss call. I don't know if this was the right call. I think it was. Even looking here, I don't see anything else that would have been more beneficial to do than this. You know, I mean, yeah, we could have maybe pushed some lanes up, but I don't think we would have got anything out of it versus this boss at least is going to get, you know, top wall. So I still think this was the right call. Well, I guess top wall, or, you know, top wall was already taken, but regardless. So now here we are. We're fighting. And I think this is what it boiled down to, is that we didn't have enough safe damage to be able to really stay up and push with that. And maybe that's something that I need to recognize better whenever we're engaging with things like these, that pushing with that probably isn't the best call. We need to go somewhere that they're not defending and push something there. And I think that would have gotten us more, because we still got a front wall here, sure. But if we'd taken boss and headed straight bot instead, you know, we probably could have taken a lot more than what we ended up getting here. But overall, still good. We still got another turn in, which again is great with the positioning here. We had some amazing picks. This is a good, you know, this is good engagement again. I think all of this is right, because here they're a man down. They don't have their front line, so we can put the safe damage there. We sneeze on top. We had bot. like, all of this is just absolutely fantastic. This is really good. We're getting the front wall here. Now they're back up as a group, so we have to be careful. And actually, I think this was a bad fight for us, if I recall. So this is a situation where I think if we're a little more vocal, we'll be good. That pull is what did it there. So that wasn't us grouping up necessarily. I mean, we were a little bit, but more than anything, I think the real thing there, I'll pause it here. We knew we weren't going to take this. We should have just backed off. There was no reason to keep fighting here. I mean, yeah, we had the 20 advantage, but I still think this staying was a mistake, even in this situation. We know they have big wombo. They've got ring. They've got mosh. They've got pull, and we paid for it. So I think that should have been a call to get the fuck out in that situation. So then we defend all this stuff. They back off, so we defend this too. Yep, we're just still defending. Like, looking at this map, like, right here, I mean, this is still good for us, right? Like, even though we just gave them a team wipe, you know, they're not really getting anything off of this. They go for me. This was a mistake. This was a big mistake. Going back in on that, I understand why we did it, but it was a mistake. And if we hadn't made that mistake, we would have defended this and been in a good position on the board. So we all get bloodthirsty sometimes. In fact, pretty soon I'm about to do it too. So I totally get it. But this is just about identifying things that we're doing well and things that we're not doing well. Doing well, we are doing amazing in team fights, but we're not backing off when we should. I'll speed this up a little bit. We know they're going for boss here. We know there's nothing we can do about it. But this is a really good defense. Like, they hadn't turned in yet. So they gave us the opportunity to basically almost completely burn this down before that happened. So that was really good. And then this is great discipline. I fucking love that we did this here. Backing off, saying, you know what? Let it push forward. It's fine. We'll defend up here. Didn't take a fight we didn't need in a potentially precarious situation. And again, bot and mid are pushed out so far that this isn't getting him much if we defend here. So this is all good. But again, in this situation, when their front line is up, we are struggling to put DPS forward. So that's something we got to work on, I think. It's just another really good engagement for them. We do an amazing job at turning it around, though. Like, they engaged on us really well there. And the fact that we were able to turn it around and kill 4 of them for just losing me, awesome job, guys. The end call here was bad on my part. I should have said to take this instead. You know, I think it could have worked, but here's the problem. We're splitting up, not focusing damage, and we're letting him run all over us. So, damage has to be focused there, whether it's calling or, like, whatever it is, but really the call should have been take this. This should have been the call, as soon as we realized that he had his trait to come back up on. So, all this is good. You guys are taking this. You're safe, getting out, taking bot camp, so we're doing all the right things here. Let's speed it up a little bit again. In fact, speed it up a lot. I'm just looking at the minimap here. Not a lot for us to do. I know we're just trying to get gems right now to get another turn in. And then I think this is where I get bloodthirsty. So, this shouldn't have done it. It looked good at the time. But yeah, definitely should not have done that. That was a bad engagement for us, and we paid for it. So that was absolutely 100% on me. Again, I appreciate you guys followed me in to do it, but that was my bad. Just like that other one was, where we stayed too long down here. It's just that's the kind of stuff we have to start knocking out of our play to make sure that we're not giving them the opportunity to come back into the game. And then from here, pretty much it's just we did everything we needed to. We won good fights. I don't think we need to watch any more of that. So I'm going to go ahead and end this replay one here, and I'll get with you guys on the next one.